What up, y'all? And still no baby, which means my wife is ready for this thing to pop. I just like last time, you develop such an awe and respect for your wife when she's pregnant and having to go through all of this crap. So, for the sake of distraction, I left her alone and came down here to watch some Karl Pilkington stuff. So, this video, Karl Pilkington meets Michael Palin. You guys suggested I should check it out, and it's just fun to see him in other situations besides the Ricky Gervais show or An Idiot Abroad and whatnot. But he talks about Michael Palin so much, I guess, because of Michael Palin's travel show, which again I didn't know about, but during this whole thing, I've learned about all this stuff. So this should be good. Watching Karl in his natural element, which is just being himself. So let's check it out. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. And you guys know the whole like and subscribe crap. Really appreciate y'all. Let's roll. Let's see what's going down here.
Amazing sort of lakes, which are beautiful. Yeah, nice and cool. Anyway,
well,
yeah.
Your book. That's why you're here, isn't it?
Books, yeah, books. You got a book?
I've got a book out.
What does your book feel like?
Oh,
that's nice. Oh, God.
Quite weighty, isn't it?
A rude cover, isn't it?
Yeah, I look all right, though.
I look all right.
And what did your partner or wife think of that?
She just...
glamorous?
She's sort of a bit, does that have to be the cover? But, we've all changed. I mean, I know my body's not what it was.
He's like defending himself.
It isn't either. There's about 120,000 words, I think.
Yeah, gosh. Well, there's only 80,000 in that. 90,000, yeah. 120,000 words, all different. Who's that guy?
All different.
He was in Russia, and he's magnetic. Magnet man.
Magnet. Oh, what he's got so full of polluted...
Well,
why is he writing about that guy?
At first, I was sort of amazed and a bit like, bloody hell, a magnet man. Yeah. But after a while, he was rubbing spoons on himself, and he stuck them on me. And I realised he's not magnet man, he's just sweaty man.
Yeah.
his superpower could have sort of been killed with talc.
That's a good sweaty man, is it?
Anyway, we've got books out. I don't know how much I can say about having a book out. There's your book.
What a good sport is Michael Palin guy. So Michael Palin, if I understand correctly, because you guys know I have not watched Monty Python or things like that. Sorry, I'm switching over to these guys. He seems to be a Monty Python dude, right? Did his travel show. And with that travel show. And here they are together. I wonder if I can find like Michael Palin's thoughts on Karl Pilkington. Does he also, like us, think that he's just one of the greatest things that's ever happened to humanity? Right? I don't know.
Good luck with that.
In the toilet as soon as I get home. I went to Brazil because I thought it felt to me like it was somewhere that didn't really exist. It's a kind of fantasy world. I kind of thought of that. Is it a real place or is it just a state of mind where the sun's always shining and people are always on the beach?
Yeah.
And everyone's eternally happy. So I wanted to go and find out. It can't be true that there's a place like that. But it is, almost.
Did you go to a nudist beach? That's what I was taking to one of them.
That's right.
Brazil.
No, I didn't.
I don't need an all-over tan. Who's that for? Who's seeing that? So
what do you wear normally? If you're on a Brazilian beach, what would you be wearing?
I had sort of, quite long shorts on. I like having pockets that I can shove stuff in.
Yeah. Trousers.
Yeah.
You can't do that when you're naked.
I like them. Keep a t-shirt on. Hat, so I don't burn my head.
Yeah.
Socks with trainers.
That's really overdressed for a Brazilian beach, isn't it?
I did feel it,
but it's dressed for winter.
No, I know.
So what happened on the nudist beach then? You couldn't sort of...
Well, I sat
stand
there.
around in all your gear.
They took me there early, and I was sat down, and then, I just saw this bloke put sort of under a tent getting drinks ready for the day, and he bent over to go in the fridge, and it was one of those sort of double takes. Got my pants on.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're thinking, what are you thinking? Why are you showing that off? I mean, I don't like my body. If I look at it, if I get a glimpse of it in a shower or... I had to have a medical check. and I told him he had a bad back. And in the end, he sort of said, drop your trousers. So I did. And he went, no, your underpants as well.
Yeah.
And I hadn't had that. Yeah.
Bad back.
For a bad back, yeah.
Yeah.
And, but you do.
It's because who wouldn't take the opportunity to witness him, right? Doctor knew who he was, and he's like, I got to check this out.
Yeah.
Bad back.
For a bad back, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
Makes sense
but
to
you
me.
do,
It's Karl
because if the
Pilkington.
doctor tells you to do something, you do it, don't you?
Did he ask you to
Cough.
cough? And
He
they
did
held your
that.
balls?
Yeah, he did, yeah. He did that, and then he's
Someone
put
you-
back up. But the thing is, I was stood in front of a mirror, and I saw a glimpse of me, stood there with my trousers around my ankles. And it was something that I just thought, it's horrible, that. It's a horrible sight. And you should keep covered up. There's nothing that I thought, I wish I could show this off more.
The thing is, Carl, that you never seem to really be enjoying yourself when you're out there.
I don't know. At the end of the day, I lie there, wherever I am.
This is a fascinating conversation.
And the amount of times I'm lying somewhere, like a hole somewhere or a tent, just thinking, what am I doing? Loads of times.
Yeah.
Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Nearly 40. I should just get a normal job.
I'm nearly 70. I still write down, why am I doing this?
Why
You
do
will
you do it?
carry
Why
on.
do you do it?
Why do I do it? Good question. Gets me out of the house.
Yeah, but you see, I like being in the house. That's when I'm most happy. Pottering about, painting a door. I was cleaning tiles yesterday.
Were
He's
you?
just a
Floor
simple man.
tiles.
And you're
Sat
happy?
there with Sif.
Yeah.
Just sort of like, it's like Buddhism, just
Yeah.
zen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because what I like about travelling, I don't know whether you have this quite the same, is that it is a bit, it's an adventure in another world. I quite like that. I kind of surrender to it because I want it to be different. I enjoy the difference. I mean, do you
Yeah.
like, when you were growing up or whatever, I mean, do you read books about foreign places? Do you? No, you didn't go into all that. 'Cause I like geography at school. Did you like geography?
You see, it wasn't. I went to a rubbish school, so it was kind of. I think the geography teacher was a PE teacher, and it was. I didn't get taught anything really. The first place I went abroad was Ibiza, when I was 22.
It's not
Where?
quite abroad, really, is it? Sort of, or did you savour the lovely sort of foreign?
I just want to pause his face because you can tell that I want to know how familiar he was. He's clearly familiar with who Karl Pilkington was, so he knew that he doesn't enjoy himself when he's out traveling. But like you can see it right there in his face that he's just like, I can't believe he is real. It's amazing.
It's not quite abroad, really, is it? Sort of, or did you savour the lovely sort of foreign countryside and Spanish culture?
No, it
Where
was
did
a
he say
mate
he went,
who
guys?
knew someone who had a sort of a villa there, and it was horrible. And the problem was he rented it out to anyone, and we got there and the toilet was full. I had like a hard crust because of the hot weather. And the first day was spent sort of chipping away at that.
Yeah.
So that was my first experience of this exotic travel, sort of chipping away at the hard layer, getting through to the softer stuff before you could actually flush it. So it's not, for me, it wasn't
not a
like,
good
oh,
introduction.
where have I been?
Yeah.
I should do more of this.
The most sort of memorable bit of travelling I ever did was when I was on the Down. The Sound
On the what?
particularly didn't really like any foreign food. And as soon as we got on the boat, they said, we'll do a curry. We'll include you in it. We'll
Nice.
have some curry. And he said,
Curry.
no, we've got our food. And he gets this great clunky tin of Sainsbury's tuna out. And so he opens it, and it slides out this kind of wobbly, gelatinous mass. Boom. And you just know what you want to eat. You want the curry, whatever's in it. You
Yeah, I
don't
suppose
really
so.
want that
You
thing
don't want to
there.
eat something that's been sat in a tin.
Would you have eaten the Sainsbury's tuna?
Probably. Yeah, you can still travel and pick up quite a lot from seeing the world without having to eat
Without
the
eating?
food. Without eating their food.
I don't see how you can do that. I think food is so important.
That's why-
to get the feel of
Yes.
how people live.
Food is
Go
the only
to
reason
Japan,
I'll
not to
travel.
have sushi or sashimi or go to China and
But I did go to Japan and I saw, have you seen the
Oh,
little,
he does?
I think they're called bento boxes.
Oh yeah.
And they're about that big
Yeah.
and they look brilliant.
We're gonna get Karl in Japan, dude. I'm so happy. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I mean, the presentation is amazing. They're like a little box of sort of Thornton chocolates. The way they look, you're going, oh, that looks
Yeah,
brilliant.
yeah.
But instead of sort of a coffee cream, you open it, it's sort of fish arse with a squid bollock shoved in.
Yeah.
And you think that, as nice as that looks, it's still a squid bollock.
But do you feel, foods are very much a part of hospitality, isn't it? It's about the kind of, if you want to relate to the people you're meeting, you've got to sort of sometimes have the food they offer, because that's the first sign of hospitality.
He's
or
like,
the
I
drink.
don't know.
It depends how much fuss. Sometimes I can sort of say, oh, I'm okay, thanks. And then they'll go, no, have some. And you go, oh, I ate. I've already eaten. I'm fine. You have it. Give it to your family. Don't worry about me. But then they keep pushing it.
Yeah, of course they do.
And, in Jordan, it was an eye off a lamb. And they were going, because your guests have an eye. Well, I don't want an eye.
No.
Thanks for having me, but I don't want it. And what was a worry was, it was a big pan with this lamb head in it. There was one eye. Where's the other eye? No. What condition was this lamb in? So, and then you're getting a vision of some manky old lamb with one eye, sort of, and one weeping. And I just thought, I don't want to eat it.
You've got a very vivid imagination.
Honestly, it was horrible. And everyone's sat around,
waiting,
off the tits, they're all smoking. So, eat the eye. Yeah. And you're thinking, these aren't local, these are nutters.
But they're not nutters. They've been eating eyes for years, I should think.
What are they doing eating eyes? I don't know, you've had a lamb somewhere. Where's the rest of it? Why am I getting the head?
Okay, another thought that I'm having. What's amazing to me is that, all right, he's talking to someone that I think he might see as a hero of his, right? The way he's talked about him so often and whatnot. So he's talking to him, and he is the same. See, I myself, I am working on this. But no, I kind of do change who I am depending on who I talk to, especially if I'm wanting to be more respectful and I want to demonstrate my admiration. So maybe some things I'd hold closer to the chest. Karl just lets it rip. He is who he is no matter who he's talking to. There's some like, it's amazing. Like, dude, one time, some days my kids are going to freaking go through my YouTube channel one day and be like, your channel is just you like worshiping this Norm Macdonald and Karl Pilkington dudes. I'm like, sorry, like they're just fascinating people. What can I do? But right, what do you guys think about that? It's like, I doubt this is our first time meeting because Karl's too comfortable, but maybe it is, and that again just proves my point further.
Find toilets abroad. I was a little bit sort of embarrassed about doing a sequence where you go to the toilet, but people love that. They love it. I mean,
everyone does it.
I mean, the Alan Wicker programmes and all that. We never say Alan Wicker going to take a dump because that's part of it. When we went to the toilet in the South Pole, and I sat there, and there was kind of blocks of ice had been dug around. You just sat there on the john, and you looked for 10,000 miles. You wouldn't be able to see anything at all. Nobody at all.
But I found that a lot easier because I had the same thing there, and at least somewhere like that, with it being freezing, you don't get people out walking a dog, do you? You sort of think, I'll just have a shit in this gap. There's no one going to come wandering past, whereas in India, everywhere's busy. Even if you go down an alley, you think, I can go down here and empty my bowels, and there's a family of 12 living there or something. There's no gap, there's no space.
While we're on it, squat toilets I quite like. Do you like those?
Can't do it. Can't do it.
This is the perfect thing to watch after season 1.
I'm not coming out. It's, I'm not releasing anything. You're not sat on a seat. It's like a safety thing. I was trying it before I left on the trip before India. The first time I went, I knew that was going to be the case, and I tried it at home. I put out newspaper in the toilet. I didn't even tell my girlfriend. I just wanted to see if I can do it. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
Well, that's probably because you're at home and you put newspaper on the floor. It's actually sort of whatever the word is. Physically, it's a very good position to be in. I believe so.
But for me, the toilet thing is a big part of my life in a way. It's something I do look forward to. If the day ever came that I had to have a bag, I think it's almost like that moment's been taken away from me. That just me in a little room, door shut.
Yeah,
it's me time. I always said that it's a chance just to get away from everyone.
Yeah,
it's respite.
People leave me alone when I'm in there. It's
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, but well, you'd be surprised.
The publishers can't. Well, ring you up when you're on the toilet. Have your mobile with you or not?
I do, yeah.
Do you now? Yeah. God.
Well, that's the closest I get to multitasking, that.
I'm actually a little troubled about this channel that we got going on here because this is like, Sometimes I wake up in the morning. First thing I want to do is kiss my wife. The next thing I want to do is I want to go watch Karl Pilkington. It's weird. Something wrong with me? I love you guys. If you watched this and hung out with me to watch this, well, dope. You're awesome. Keep it real. Keep walking. Keep laughing. Peace out.